Welcome again to the north side of Ankeny tonight for Central Iowa Metro League Softball. Andy Pollack here with you here on the Central Iowa Sports Network as we get set here for Urbandale and the host school, Ankeny Centennial. Centennial ranked number 11 in the latest Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union rankings. They're 11-3 coming off a sweep of number 6 Valley on Friday night, of which they were very excited about. Urbandale comes in at 6-7, and the record can be a little bit deceiving because as you look through their schedule, you sure see a lot of one-run close losses. So they were, in fact, 2 one-run losses to Johnston on Friday night. This Urbandale is a good young team, very defensive-oriented. Talking to Coach Nick McCool in his third year as a head coach at Urbandale beforehand. He says right now they're waiting for their bats to catch up. It's a young team and just getting used to things. Brecken Geyser, the third baseman, will lead things off, followed by the designated player Lilly Waters-Smith, Grace Albrecht, Kennedy Hill, Jesse Stolk, Lily Burkhead, Isabel Staten, Cassidy Henderson, and Taylor Hinkhouse. Rounds things out for them. Maddie Huseman on the hill for Centennial. Maddie has had an outstanding start to the year. And we have no pitch as they come in from the outside. Jeff Osborne, the umpire on the bases, says time. There's a gate open. Let's get it taken care of. And we also have a pen on the field. Take care of that as well. So a couple housekeeping issues. Mark Peterson is the umpire behind the bases. Maddie Huseman on the hill for Centennial. 7-1 on the season. She's got a 2.08 earned run average, and Geyser fouls that first one off her hands. Ella Schultz is the catcher for Centennial, the hard-hitting catcher for the Jaguars. Kennedy Jones at first, Anna Christensen at second. That pitch misses high. Frannie Burnett, who had the walk-off home run in the 7th on Friday night, is the shortstop. Taylor Runchie, the senior, is at third base, longtime starter for Centennial. We'll get to the outfield in a second, and that catches the outside corner for Huseman. Sidney Morris, the power-hitting youngster, out in left field, the freshman Kennedy James, freshman as well in center, and Kayla Smalley in right. Huseman, nothing good on the 1-2 pitch. Goes to her rise ball and loses it a little bit high. Wind is blowing stiff into foul territory in left field. And swing and a miss right there for Geyser as she goes down. Geyser, just a freshman. That will bring up now Lily Waters-Smith, the designated player. Smith has only started in one game. This is only her second start of the year, but she's batting .429. So as Coach McCool tries to bolster that lineup a little bit. There's a little flare and a diving catch by Anna Christensen there at second base. A lot of help behind Maddie Huseman. That senior infield, you hear Coach Delaney from the dugout say, whatever it takes, yelling it out. And that's part of their mantra this year, play loud and make some noise. So nice play there by Christensen. Again, all seniors, or senior dominated, I should say, in the infield. A lot of starters up for Centennial. Grace Albrecht right now, the second baseman for Urbandale at the plate. Sophomore batting .258 on the season. The clouds every time the clouds come out, we all feel a nice relief right now as it is a warm night here on the north side of town. That pitch swung on. It's going to be a high pop fly out into right field. Smalley is under it, and the wind kind of shortened it up a little bit as it's blowing straight in from right, and she makes the play. So 3 up, 3 down for Urbandale in the top of the first. We'll come back for the Centennial half right after this.
In a recent spring storm, a freak tornado formed and moved through the north side of Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Depending on damage, most new vehicles with minor cosmetic imperfections. Affected new Chevys will be sold for thousands below market value with a limited number of storm-damaged vehicles available. Time is of the essence to take advantage of this opportunity. You get the rebates and discounts. Now take thousands more off storm-damaged vehicles. Limited time savings. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
So after Urbandale goes 3 up, 3 down to start the game, it'll now be Centennial's turn at the bat. It'll be led off by the senior shortstop, Frannie Burnett, followed by third baseman Taylor Runchie, Ella Schultz, the catcher, Sidney Morris, Anna Christensen, Mackenzie James, Kennedy Jones, Maddie Huseman, the pitcher, will hit for herself tonight, and Kayla Smalley will round out the batting order. Isabel Staten will be throwing for Urbandale, and she's had a nice start to the year. She throws hard, and Staten has had a nice, like I said, a really nice start to get everything going, the youngster. And my stats are blowing all over the place right now. Had her numbers. But Lilly Burkhead will complete the battery. The catcher, Burkhead, a junior. There it is. Staten has a 4.12 earned run average on the season. She is 4-3 in 7 starts. And Burnett watches that one across the outside corner for strike 1. Tell you what, it's going to be pretty pleasant if those clouds stay out tonight. Otherwise, when that sun finds a hole, it is beating down on you. Burnett looked almost like she was going to be a surprise bunt right there, which you do not see from her very often. She watches it for a ball. She sets herself up in the front part of the box. Pitch misses outside. She was the hero on Friday night with her shot after Kennedy Jones tied it up in the 6th. And that's a little pop-up over there to Geyser. Makes a play for the first out for the Jayhawks. And Urbandale plays good defense. You look at their scores, and there's a lot of low-scoring games. They just can't quite get that run needed. A lot of one-run losses with their 6-7 record. Runchie puts a shot into that one. That's going to go out to right center, and underneath it and catching it, Jesse Stolk for out number 2. So 4 pitches so far for Isabel Staten, and 2 down for the Jaguars.
Batting third for the Jaguars, number 7, the catcher.
That'll bring up Ella Schultz, and Schultz we've seen just have a torrid start, incredible start to the year. Watches that first pitch, first ball, fastball for the strike. Schultz. The junior, started for several years here. Batting .531. 24 runs batted in, leads the team. One of the tops in the state. And she's been a good one so far this year. Pitch swung on, pop fly is going to drop in front of Cassidy Henderson for the 2-out hit for the Jaguars. We'll bring up Sidney Morris, and another one of those hard-hitting players in this lineup for Centennial. Morris, just a freshman, batting .439. Hasn't put one out quite yet this year, but she's got the power to do it. And she's got a selective eye at the plate with 6 walks on the season. Again, wind is blowing straight in from right, as it often does here. And it will carry a lot of those balls that look like they're in fair territory over on the left field line. It'll carry a lot of those foul, and with a small area of a fence out there, it takes a lot of them out of play. Morris puts a charge into that one, but underneath it is going to be Henderson. And again, we see a little bit of that tail as that breeze blows it, but 4 up, 3 down in the Centennial half. 0-0 as we move to the second right after this.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
As we head to the top of the second inning, Kennedy Hill, the first baseman, will lead things off for Urbandale. She'll be followed by Jessie Stolk and Lilly Burkhead due up in this inning. Again, Maddie Huseman on the hill. First pitch off the handle, and it's going to go foul for Kennedy Jones, senior first baseman. Continue her playing career at Morningside next year. Had a huge hit the other night. Pitch misses high to Hill. Wednesday night we'll be down on the south side of town as for Centennial and Ankeny, the crosstown matchup between the North Siders and the South Siders. That ball off the inside hands. Nice little hit right there to lead things off on the inning for the cleanup batter, Kennedy Hill. Didn't have to hit it hard. She got it in, took it in on the hands, and a little flare right over top of Taylor Runchie at third. That'll bring up Jessie Stolk. Stolk, the senior, batting 179 on the season for Urbandale. Urbandale, as a team, bats just 222. As she's going to lay down that bunt, it's going to go foul down the third baseline. And that's what Coach McCool told us beforehand. They play really good defense. They're really young, but the bats just haven't quite caught up yet. In comparison, Centennial as a team bats 396. And they've, for lack of a better term, hit the snot out of the ball this year so far. 0-1 pitch. Bunt shown again and fouls it back. Does Stolk. Stolk plays out in right field. We saw her have a nice catch in that first inning. Tricky spot to play in today out in right. That whole outfield. The wind is blowing. Put it about 12 to 15 miles an hour, I'd say. It's got the flag standing at attention as Stolk goes after the rise ball for the second strikeout of the game for Maddie Huseman. And that'll bring up Lilly Burkhead, the catcher for the Jayhawks of Urbandale. Burkhead, a junior, batting 179 on the season. First pitch inside corner. As it goes off the glove of Schultz, can't quite haul it in, but runner stays over there. Hill at first. Pitch misses a little bit outside. Almost looks like maybe a little bit of a pitch out right there between Huseman and Schultz. As Schultz came up ready to throw to first. Foul back, and that will make it 1-2, and that's where Maddie Huseman is so good. She's got pretty much a permanent pasted smile on her face out there at the pitcher's mound, but this is where, when she's ahead in the count, has a lot of different tools to go to and doesn't miss often. Goes to the rise ball there on the 1-2. Doesn't issue many walks. In fact, in 7 games this year, she has only walked 13 batters. That pitch swung on and goes to Christensen. And she does go over to Jones at first. A little miscommunication between Christensen and Jones as the ball, a little pop fly hit between them. And then Christensen decided to go to Jones with it from a couple feet away and had to get rid of it in a hurry. But they do get the play, and that moves Kennedy Hill to second base right now, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Isabel Staten. First pitch swung on and missed for strike one. Staten on the season batting .095. Pitch misses outside corner. Evens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Guessing by the depth of the infield, the scouting report says Staten will not be bunting. Is everybody playing their normal depth throughout? Now again, Huseman on the 1-2 count You know she's not going to throw anything good. Tries to bring the screwball from outside in. Fouled off. Staten battling at the plate. Pitcher versus pitcher right now. Goes back to the rise. Hasn't been able to keep that one down in the zone yet. We saw that ball popping big time earlier in the week, or last week, at the end part of the week. 2-2-2, shake him if you got him. And, ooh, rifled right over into the small opening in the Urbandale dugout. Goes off the pillar and then back in as Runchie goes in and gets it. Wipes on her pants. Says we're good to go. Nope, now they say that's got to go out and get disinfected. Fresh ball in for Huseman. Still 2-2-2. The crowd is shaking. Pitch misses outside. Cassidy Henderson waiting on deck. She would like nothing more than to have a chance to knock in a couple runs for Urbandale. Full count pitch, swung on, popped up, and it's going to go right to Christensen. Huseman gets out of the inning, so no runs off one hit, no Jaguar errors, and we'll be back with the Jaguars at the bat.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, raise them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game, Shields.
Anna Christensen will lead things off for Centennial here in the bottom of the second. Christensen, junior infielder for the Jags. Been patrolling that second base spot. Batting .361 on the year. A couple doubles for her. As Isabel Staten continues to work from the circle. All pop flies for Centennial in that first inning. Another one, that one's driven to the right center gap, but under it easily is Jesse Stolk. And Staten continues to work very efficiently here. She continues to just kind of throw up a lot of weak hit balls so far. Even the hit that Schultz had was just a little flare into left field. Here's James. You don't too often say a weak hit ball with Mackenzie James, as she compact little swinger, but she has got a lot behind it when she gets a hold of it. That pitch, well, what did I just say? Popped up to the catcher. And again, more pop-ups as we look through F5, F9, F7, F9, now F2. So Staten working, again, very efficiently so far, and that's their MO, playing good defense. Kennedy Jones up now for the Jaguars. A little behind that on the first pitch. Staten really hasn't even got ahead in the count. She hasn't had thrown enough pitches to get ahead. Goes to the rise, ball misses quite high. In fact, second level of the fence high. Evens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. A lot of sweat beads right now as the sun has come out once again. In the dirt. Good stop back there by Burkhead. Digs up some earth with her scoop. Maddie Huseman pitching and will be hitting for herself tonight. And she makes a name for herself in the circle, but another pop fly, and that is going to get out of here for Mackenzie James. No, Maddie Huseman has hit the ball very well so far this year, helping her cause a lot. She's been outstanding in the circle, but Not too many pitchers with a record like hers at 7-1 also bat 600. Here's James, 2-2-2. Jones, excuse me. Got Jones and James right beside each other, and I know them apart, and I still say it wrong. Full count now to Kennedy Jones, who had a shot the other night. Misses high, and there's a base runner for Maddie Huseman right now. The first walk of the night issued by Staten. And it looks like we're going to get a... Umpire dropped his pen, and Coach Delaney was going to pick it up for him. Remember, nope, can't do that. It's 2020. Can't be touching other people's writing utensils. And that'll bring up Huseman again. Huseman the other night, too. Outstanding. Hitting the ball. Like I said earlier, she's batting 600 on the year. As Staten works ahead of her. Going to continue her career next year pitching the JUCO level. Each team's got a hit, but that's it. No one been able to string anything together yet so far through 1 2/3. Excuse me, 1 and about 5-6, and that one's fired across the infield by Geyser for out number 3. So just no one making solid contact on either pitcher so far. We're going to move to the top of the third and see if someone can get their bats going.
In a recent spring storm, a freak tornado formed and moved the north side of Shunkirk Chevy Waukee, depending on damage. Most new vehicles with minor cosmetic imperfections. Affected new Chevys will be sold for thousands below market value, with a limited number of storm-damaged vehicles available. Time is of the essence to take advantage of this opportunity. You get the rebates and discounts. Now take thousands more off storm-damaged vehicles. Limited time savings. Shunkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Urbandale looking for a spark to get their bats going here as we start the third inning. Pitch popped up and a souvenir for a fan. Actually, not going to be a souvenir. That'll get returned back to the defensive dugout where they can disinfect the ball and get it back in eventually to Maddie Huseman to pitch. This is Cassidy Henderson up to bat right now for Urbandale. Henderson senior. Bats 167 on the year so far, and actually we're right about the halfway point right now in a shortened, COVID-shortened 2020 softball season. That pitch catches the outside corner, framed up a little bit by Schultz to help out home plate umpire Mark Peterson. Pulls it in just a little bit, and it was enough to get the edge. 1-2 now. Again, Huseman ahead in the count. Misses that one just a little bit low. That pitch right up the middle. Christensen fields it, throws it over for the easy out to Kennedy Jones. That'll bring up the number 9 batter here, Taylor Hinkhouse. Plays left field for Coach Nick McCool's team. Hinkhouse, a junior, batting 80 on the season. First pitch in on the hands for strike one as Hinkhouse took a long look at that one, and that's a pitch that Huseman's very good at. Throwing that and keeping it in tight. Very good control. Fastball outside corner for strike two, and now this is where Huseman has a couple pitches to work with now. He's thrown the rise so far. Nope, goes down and away. I think she had to look to see where it missed, but yeah, low and away. And she's working fast. It goes back to the rise. It's fouled out of there. Not sure, there was a little exchange between her and the umpire. Not quite sure what that was about. Everybody seems to be fine with what's going on. I think might have told her maybe slow down a little bit, make sure he's ready. Here's the 1-2. Inside on the off speed for strike 3. Third strikeout of the night for Maddie Huseman. And back to the top of the order we go for Urbandale with Brecken Geyser struck out swinging in the first. That pitch right at the knees. And again, Huseman wastes no time. She'll walk right back up there and deliver again. Goes with the screwball. Works from inside out, or excuse me, outside in. And quickly up in the count once again. Both pitchers working fast and efficiently. I don't keep the pitch count here, but it's not high through 2.5. Pitch misses just high. Might see one more junk pitch from Huseman here. Nope, goes the fastball and strikes out Geyser for the second time tonight. We'll move to the bottom of the third. Centennial looking for a spark with the bats.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Centennial here trying to get something going on the base paths. Need to get some runners to get something going there, but Smalley, the number 9 batter, then we back up to the top with Frannie Burnett. Smalley Jr. batting .273 on the year with this hard-hitting Centennial squad as she watches that first pitch for a strike. And you almost wonder if Coach Delaney has told him just be a little more patient right now. A lot of going after the first pitch, getting a lot of pop flies. Isabel Staten's been outstanding so far in the circle for the Jayhawks. See what she has the second time through. A weak hit ball over to Kennedy Hill, who flips it to Albrecht for out number 1. So just no one getting solid contact right now for Centennial, and that has a lot to do with Staten. If it's a couple girls doing it, it's a hitting issue. But when you look at it right now, it is definitely Staten doing a great job. And she's got some good defense behind her. Back to the top with Burnett, who flew out to third base her first time up, and she's going to do it again. Underneath it at the fence is Geyser, and 3 pitches and 2 outs for Staten. Just continues to pitch strikes, and Centennial continues to pop her up. Making quick work of the lineup so far. Goes to the rise ball on the first pitch. Misses up top. Runchie flew out to right field her first time up. That pitch popped up right over my head over into the batting cages here on the north side of town. Not quite as many fans around so far here early tonight. A lot lined up in the parking lot, but no one yet out on State Street, so a lot of space. A pitch in the dirt to Runchie. Expect there'll be a lot of people craning their necks trying to peek in down at Ankeny on Wednesday night. That game pre-COVID has been just huge. So many fans show up to that one. And this year things will be a lot different, as I think 112 is the magic number of fans they'll let in, but I'll try to space people around the outside for that one. Paul Yeager and I will have the call that night. 3-1 the count to Runche. Inside pitch, so the 2-out walk issued to Taylor Runche. And the hard-hitting Ella Schultz is up. She tossed a little one over third base in her first at-bat. Ooh, that first pitch right down at the knees for strike one. Runner goes, and Runche is safe at second on the stolen base. And I didn't catch it. That was a ball. It was high to Schultz. Two outs now to Schultz. Again, batting over 500 on the season so far, and we're halfway through. This isn't just a couple-game sample, and she pops that one up, and that is going to get out of play as Stolk and Albrecht to give chase. And now 2 strikes. Staten just has done a nice job of just getting all the Jaguars to pop up. Here it is, the 1-2 pitch. Goes to the rise ball. That's going to get popped up over there to Geyser. She calls it, and that is out number 3 of the inning. Another pop-up. So we will go now to the top of the 4th. A fast game going on here on the north side.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
It has been a pitcher's duel through 3 so far here tonight. Each team with just 1 hit. No score right now as Urbandale goes to work with their number 2 batter, Lilly Waters-Smith, the designated player. She flew out to Anna Christensen at second base, her first at-bat, as Huseman continues to work ahead. She's got a few more strikeouts than Staten does for Urbandale, but Staten has been much more efficient. A lot of 1 and 2 pitch at-bats for her. A lot of easy outs so far. That pitch swung on. Nice play right out of the dirt. In fact, it might have even been caught by Kennedy Jones, but she steps on first for good measure. I think I heard the pop off the dirt, so she scoops that one up. Nice play by Jones. Stayed down on it. And she retires Smith. Bring up Grace Albrecht, who flew out to Kayla Smalley in right field, her first at-bat. Fouled back. Off-speed pitch misses barely on the outside. Mentioned earlier, Albrecht, the sophomore, is batting .258 for Coach Nick McCool's squad. Rise ball gets hammered out into left field, foul, as Morris giving chase. And again, up in the count is Huseman. Pops that one up, fouled over here off the tin of the dugout. Sounds like a bunch of crashing cymbals over there as it hits. Felt that the other night. We actually got to call the game from the press box on Friday night, and you don't realize how many balls get fouled straight back and clunk off that. It feels like fireworks going off around you up there. 1 and 2 the count from Huseman to Grace Albrecht. pushes that one a little bit outside, maybe upstairs. Evens up the count. Albrecht, the second baseman, has had a chance to retire a few batters herself tonight. Goes to the rise ball and gets her swinging for strikeout number 5 of the night for Maddie Huseman. Brings up Kennedy Hill, who's got the only hit so far of the night for Urbandale. She laced one into left in the second inning to lead things off. Nobody on right now, though. She watches the first pitch for a ball. Kennedy Hill, the senior, leading hitter on this Urbandale squad, batting .515 on the year. She's got 1 home run. Huseman misses there as well. One of the first times she has not worked ahead in the count so far here this Monday evening. That pitch laced into left field, and that is over the top of Sidney Morris. Hill's going to round first, heading to second, and it gets in for a cutoff, and Hill finds herself at 2 for 2 on the evening. A nice hit there by Kennedy Hill, as Morris had to retreat right away, knew it was going over her head. Kennedy Hill continues to hit the ball very, very well. Batting well over .500 on the year. That'll bring up Jessie Stolk, the right fielder. She struck out in her first time at the bat tonight. That pitch misses outside. Rise ball, fouled back. Urbandale trying to create something here with 2 outs. Off-speed pitch misses outside. So this is where Huseman will have to be careful, because I think Stolk's going to be waiting on a good one here. 2-1 the count and the runner at second base. And in this game, base runners are very precious so far. That one catches the inside corner as Stolk bounces away from the plate. Kind of gave it a second look, but that's where Huseman likes to put it. Haven't seen as many curveballs tonight out of her as we saw on Friday night. Misses just barely on that one. Full count. No one to force Hill over to third, but I got a feeling she might be rolling anyway right now. Pitch is down the line. Runchie picks it up and shoots it over to Jones at first. And Huseman surrenders 1 run, or no runs off 1 hit. No Jaguar errors, and we're halfway through this one. And nobody's got any runs.
In a recent spring storm, a freak tornado formed and moved through the north side of Shunkirk Chevy Waukee. Depending on damage, most new vehicles with minor cosmetic imperfections. Affected new Chevys will be sold for thousands below market value, with a limited number of storm-damaged vehicles available. Time of the essence to take advantage of this opportunity. You get the rebates and discounts. Now take thousands more off storm-damaged vehicles. Limited time savings. Shunkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Sidney Morris will lead things off for the Jaguars here in the bottom of the 4th. Just trying to get a base runner at this point. Heard Coach Delaney right in front of us in the huddle said, hey, I'd like a hit. Let's get back to the basics is what he told his team. So we'll see so many just pop-ups from Isabel Staten tonight. See on the rise ball in that first pitch as Morris watches it. Morris, the talented freshman, she'll catch in Game 2 playing left field in this one. Batting .439 on the year, and she rips that one just foul down the left field line. It's really one of the first solid contact line drives we've seen here tonight. Anna Christensen waiting in the wings. She'll be followed up by Mackenzie James. So a couple hard hitters here for Centennial. But Staten so far has owned the evening. Pitch across the outside corner. Morris agrees with. And again, Staten working herself ahead in the count. Again, mentioned earlier, she hasn't had to work ahead in the count much because Centennial going after the first and second pitches a lot. Fourth pitch here, though, goes to the changeup. Lost that one. Haven't seen a whole lot of off-speed. She's been working that rise and the fastball pretty exclusively, but keeping everything up. And Centennial just continues to pop it up. 2-2 now to Morris. Fastball, and she went for strike 3. Actually, the umpire called it a strike anyway, so. First strikeout of the evening, actually, for Staten. She's working on a one-hitter through 4 1/3, and she's got just her first strikeout. That tells you what kind of pitches she's been throwing. Just has Centennial all off balance so far. That was Sidney Morris's first strikeout of the year right there. And actually, Centennial as a team in 14 games so far, just 21 strikeouts. Christensen knobs that one out into center field for the one-out single. And that'll bring up Mackenzie James. James, mentioned before, hard-hitting center fielder. She popped one up to the catcher amongst everyone else popping things up in this one so far in the first inning. Just a second hit of the night for Centennial, who's used to throwing the ball all over the field or pounding it all over the field. James watches that first pitch at her neck. And base runners have been few and far between so far here tonight. Christensen at first. Pitch catches the outside for strike 1. You almost wonder if Coach Delaney might go to a bunt here with the 1-1 count. Try to manufacture one, get a base runner ahead for Jones. Does not. That goes outside, and Christensen going to be in safe on the high throw from Lilly Burkhead. So now at 2-1, I almost maybe more expect to see it right now. James doesn't bunt a whole lot, but given the situation right now, one run may be enough in this one. Pops that one back into the safety net, and it ramps over top of the press box. 2-2. You hear from Coach Delaney, he says, get one on the ground. He wants to get Anna Christensen over to third base for Kennedy Jones. That one is through over to Albrecht, and rounding it hard and going back is Christensen, but the farthest that any base runner has gone so far here tonight with Anna Christensen at third.
Number 22, the first baseman, Kennedy Jones.
And that'll bring up Jones. She walked early on in this one, and we've seen that she's got the power to hit one out, but no one has hit Isabel Staten solidly so far here tonight. Jones pops that one up, and underneath it out in left field is Henderson, wind blowing, but she's under it. And Centennial threatens. That's the farthest any base runners have been. They've threatened, but still no one across. 2 hits for each team, and we go to the 5th in a fast game here in Ankeny.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
This one may come down to see who can manufacture a run, see if someone can get a runner on early with nobody out or one out. Centennial threatened there in the bottom of the 4th. got a runner all the way to third base, but could not get anyone across. And right now, Lilly Burkhead for Urbandale up to bat. Burkhead, the catcher, grounded out to second base, her first time at bat today. Each pitcher has only given up 2 hits. Gone about a little bit different way, though, as Staten with just 1 strikeout has just been popping up Centennial like crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pop-ups in 16 batters. Huseman, on the other hand, has struck out 5 Jayhawks and is ahead in the count here on Burkhead. Each team just seeing if they can manufacture some excitement right now. I got a feeling a hit early on would wake people up a little bit. That pitch goes just inside, right at the knees. Called a ball. That evens the count. Fast game here. The fastest we've seen yet this year. Huseman misses just outside. Full count. This could be key right now. We'll see if Urbandale can get a base runner here early on. How Coach McCool elects to try to manufacture one, because in this game that one could be enough. Foul back to the backstop as Burkhead stays alive. Full count pitch, Huseman to Burkhead. Popped her up and out of play over onto the baseball diamond. Right off the top of the dugout and over onto first base on the baseball field. Doesn't happen too often that foul balls go over there. We get a lot of the baseball field foul balls on the softball field here. Full count pitch. Popped her up again. Nice job by Burkhead to stay alive right now. It's 3 pitches with 2 strikes. Huseman and Burkhead battling. Urbandale trying to get a runner on first to see if they can push one across eventually here. A pitch in the dirt, and the no-out walk issued to Urbandale, and you get the feeling right now that they may be looking to see if they can manufacture just one. So Burkhead is going to, she's the catcher, so she will get run for by Bree Tiggis, 8th grader.
Bree Tiggis running at first base for Burkhead. Now batting number 17, the pitcher, Isabel Staten.
See how they elect to treat things right now. Staten flew out to second base. This is the 7, 8, and 9 batter in the order. Staten goes for the bunt and gives up a little too much as it goes backwards through her bat. These 3 batters have gone 0 for 3 so far, but they didn't do it with any base runners on, so we'll see how they like to do things. Staten shows bunt again, puts it down, and it hits her in the box. I'm not sure how they can tell right now, looking at those little brushes that stick out that they go off of, and quickly it's 0-2. So as Urbandale tries to manufacture one, Huseman works ahead after a couple foul balls. 0-2 pitch to Staten. Swung on, another foul ball. Urbandale doing a good job of battling tonight. They've gone deep in several counts. This hasn't translated to a whole lot of hits. Only 2 in this game, but Centennial only 2 hits as well. Goes inside for that pitch. 1-2. Bree Tiggis at first. She's a courtesy runner for the catcher, Lilly Burkhead. Pitch swung on, popped up right at me. Thought I might be able to gather a souvenir there, at least make a heroic effort to save our equipment. But it stays in play. So Staten battling here. Off-speed pitch outside. Huseman had her frozen with the off-speed. Missed just a bit outside. 2-2 swung on up the middle, double play ball over there. Christensen fires it across, got it in time. Wow, a 6-4-3 double play. That was the last thing Urbandale wanted in that situation, but a hard ground ball right up the middle. Frannie Burnett's eyes lit up. Christensen might have had a little bit of trouble on the transfer, but got it over in a hurry to Kennedy Jones, and they complete the 6-4-3 double play. You do not see that very often in softball with a 60-foot bases. It takes a lot to go right. Not much margin for error, and they got it done. Maybe that'll be the spark that Centennial needs. The defense wakes up the bats a little bit. Ball swung on in the dirt for strike one. That woke up the Centennial side a little bit. They'll go in the fifth. They'll start off with Huseman, the pitcher, trying to help her own cause. 2 outs here. Pitch way behind it is Henderson. Henderson grounded out to Anna Christensen in the third inning tonight. So each team will at least go through the top of their order one more time in this one, see if they can do some damage. I'd say looking at batting averages, if Urbandale can get anybody on for Kennedy Hill, who's 2 for 2 here tonight, they've got a chance. Rise ball up and in. Full count now, Huseman after the double play. The chatter's picking up here at Centennial. You can tell it's getting a little tense here as this game works its way now through 4 2/3. Pitch fouled back, and again, Urbandale, they're scrappy hitters. That's the best way to describe them here tonight. They've just gone deep into several counts, just have not been able to find the gaps in the Centennial defense. And this, on the flip side, Centennial not going deep into many counts at all and just getting popped up a bunch. And the walk issued by Huseman. Second walk of the night issued by Maddie Huseman. That's right at her average. And we're going to have a different batter right now. That'll be Laurel Stice, the senior. Is 1 for 2 on the season. They're going to take their chances with her. The lefty. Cassie Henderson on first after the walk. 2-out walk. Pitch misses outside. Runner goes, and Schultz! Oh, I thought almost a hobby-like tag, and she slid right through the tag. Schultz put the ball right on the money. Burnett had it, and the hard slide, nice hard slide by Cassidy Henderson, jars that ball loose. And now Urbandale with a runner at second for the second time tonight. 2-0 the count from Huseman to Taylor Hinkhouse. Or excuse me, got the pinch runner in there, Stice. Now 3-0 to the lefty. And it'll be back to the top of the order for Urbandale if they can figure out a way to get Stice on. There it is, low pitch. 2 walks in a row issued by Huseman. Now back to the top of the order, Brecken Geyser. Geyser has struck out both times she's been up tonight, but Huseman's starting to labor a little bit here in this 5th inning with 2 outs. Has issued 3 walks now in this inning. That one popped up. Out of play. See if it's about as close to a jam as we've had for anybody tonight. Huseman goes back to the rise and misses high. It's a hot night. She's thrown a lot of pitches so far. That pitch catches the inside corner, and Brecken Geyser can't believe it. Thought it was way inside. Makes it 1-2. Strike 3 on the outside corner, and Geyser strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. And again, not much of a jam, but that's about the biggest jam that Maddie Huseman's had to work out of so far here tonight. Now Centennial tries to get their bats going with Huseman leading off the inning right after this.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Maddie Huseman trying to help her own cause right now in a scoreless 4.5 innings of softball so far. Watches that first pitch for a strike. Huseman grounded out to third her first time up. Nice play made by Brecken Geyser. We are at 0-0. Each team's got 2 hits. Just no one really threatened. Centennial did with 2 outs. Got a runner to third, but Anna Christensen made it that far. But just not able to get, got there with 2 outs, but just not able to get anything going. Urbandale's had a runner get to second twice, and that's all the further they've got. Huseman going to be selective right now, maybe try to work Staten a little bit deeper into account. She has just popped up and got weak hit balls all night from Centennial. They just keep hitting it right to where the Jayhawks are. That pitch popped up over to the baseball field. As Huseman, as she hit it over there, decided, yep, I better take off and at least start to run to first. 2-2 the count to Maddie. Outstanding pitcher here in her senior year for the Jaguars. Just graduated officially on Saturday as they had their celebration up here in Ankeny. 2-2 pitch, popped up again out of play. She goes after the rise. See some of the videos about how to hit a rise ball, and that's a lot of people claim that's, a lot of really good hitters claim that's about the best way to attack one. Just hope you foul it off and wait for a fastball to come. Really tough to get a beat on it. 2-2 pitch to Huseman. Outside corner, strike 3. Second strikeout of the night for Staten. She got Morris earlier. And now Kayla Smalley, the right fielder. No one able to get anything going so far here tonight. Smalley at 273, seeing if she can become one of the few base runners tonight. Centennial's had 4. That's it. Actually, we do have a substitution right now. That is Lauren Gustafson, the freshman, in to hit. First pitch, belt high, 4-1. Gustafson has had 1 plate appearance so far here this year. Not an official. Yes, she did. She's appeared twice so far this year. Gustafson watched her pitch earlier today in a freshman game. Won that one 8-0. Trying to do some damage here with her bat now. Is no one able to get things going for Centennial so far. Pitch is low at the knees. Almost wonder right now if some of the instruction has been to let that ball travel a little bit further, let it go a little bit further into the count. See if they can work Staten, because she's been great. And that ball misses inside. And Gustafson, the pinch hitter right now, is up in the count 3-1. Here's a pitch from Staten. Low. And Gustafson draws the walk with a big smile on her face. And Centennial seeing if they can't manufacture something right now with 1 out. Base runner in for Gustafson. They're not counting on her hitting again is Smalley, who she hit for. And that'll bring them back to the top of the order with Burnett. 2 fouls, or 2 flyouts to Brecken Geyser at third base. They're expecting bunt. Burnett watches that one across the outside corner. Not a big strike zone on Frannie. But the corners are in right now for the Jayhawks. They are definitely expecting bunt. Haven't seen them play this close yet tonight. Burnett watches that pitch high. Runchie waiting here on deck. He's been on base. He's one of the 5 base runners now for Centennial tonight. Burnett puts a charge into that one, and underneath it out in center field is Hinkhouse, and they throw back over trying to get Smalley and can't do it, and just another pop-up right now issued by Isabel State, and she continues to pop up Centennial.
Number 21, third baseman, Taylor Runchie.
Runchie up to bat now. Runchie on the season is batting .415. She's 0 for 1 tonight. First pitch misses inside, ball 1. So they got Gustafson onto the walk. Smalley is running for her right now, but have not been able to get her any further than first base. Either team just scratching and clawing, trying to figure out a way to get a run across the plate. And Urbandale's had a lot of low-scoring games. Runchie puts that one over to third base. Nice play by Geyser. She fires it across for the out, and we move to the 6th inning. Each team has scattered 2 hits. No runs. Stayed close to this one.
In a recent spring storm, a freak tornado formed and moved through the north side of Schultz, Chevy Waukee. Depending on damage, most new vehicles with minor cosmetic imperfections. Affected new Chevys will be sold for thousands below market value, with a limited number of storm-damaged vehicles available. Time is of the essence to take advantage of this opportunity. You get the rebates and discounts. Now take thousands more off storm-damaged vehicles. Limited time savings. Schultz Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Urbandale trying to get something going here in the top of the 6th. Nobody scored yet in this one. Lilly Smith leading things off as Huseman leaves a little bit something off that one. Smith fouls it over to Kennedy Jones. Windy night here on the north side of Ankeny. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Smith is 0 for 2 on the evening. Actually, both hits for Urbandale have been by Kennedy Hill. She's laced 2 hits out into left field. Pitch misses outside as Huseman knows better than to give up anything good on an 0-2 count. In the wind, blowing hard in from right. Popped up, and that's going to get out of play once again over into the bullpen for Centennial. And Urbandale has caused Maddie Huseman to go deep into a lot of counts tonight. In this fast-moving game number 1. We'll have game number 2 coming your way about 20 to 25 minutes after our first game concludes. So that ball comes over in the fence right in front of us. Yeah, about 20 to 25 minutes or so. We'll give them time to rechalk the lines and the coaches to regather their troops. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Seventh strikeout of the night for Maddie Huseman. And here's Grace Albrecht. Albrecht is 0 for 2. And they've got Kennedy Hill, who's got the 2 hits of the evening for Urbandale so far, waiting on deck. Pitch misses outside. That pitch popped up over to Frannie Burnett at short. Looked like she thought Runchie was going to get it at first, and then she runs in at the last minute to get it. So Kennedy Hill up to bat. I'm kind of curious right now if they issue her a pass to first or not. She's had 2 hard hit balls to the left field so far here tonight. Bats .515. She's just got 1 home run on the year, but she's got the power to do it. First pitch misses outside. I'm guessing the answer, the instructions are nothing good to Kennedy Hill. Pitch misses low. They're going to make sure to keep everything down for Hill. That ball popped up over into right field. Underneath it, a small A-line drive right to her for the first time tonight. They retire Kennedy Hill. 9 at-bats left between the two teams. See if someone can push a run across right after this.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
So 9 of the 20 at-bats tonight for Centennial have been pop-outs. And Coach Delaney in front of us staying very positive right now, tells the girls just play within yourself. Wants them to go deep into some more at-bats. First batter, though, Ella Schultz. And if she sees a good pitch, she's going to take a big swing at it. That pitch goes outside for ball 1. Schultz had a single in the first. Nothing hard hit, just a little flare over the third baseman's head, and that's been one of only 2 hits that Centennial has had here tonight. A pitch right at the knees on Schultz. Isabel Staten, though, has just been outstanding tonight. 2 strikeouts, but just pop-up after pop-up. Pitch misses outside. She has walked a couple. I'd be curious to see how they play things if they work to just manufacture one, because the way this game is going, that would be plenty. And way ahead in the count. Now, this is a situation where you might be better if you're Staten issuing a walk than trying to come after her, because Schultz has the power to open up this game a little bit on a 3-1 pitch. Goes low for ball 4. Leadoff walk by Ella Schultz. And we're going to get a runner for her. Morgan Sieversyke comes in for her. Ran the other night and diving back to first base, took a ball right off the side of her helmet. Echoed throughout the complex, and she was a little woozy getting up, but you saw her in the post-game celebration. If you saw my interviews on Twitter, on the CISN account, she seemed to be just fine at that point. So this is Sidney Morris, the freshman, looking to bunt. Lays off that one, and the ball's in the dirt, and just like that, Sieversyke is in at second. And the Jags are in business as they're going to try to work one here. You know, Morris not known to be a bunter, but when the situation calls for it right now in a game like this, they only need 3 more outs on Urbandale if they can somehow figure out a way to push a run across. So she gets there on the pass ball. Morris now, if she can push one to right, that's just as good. Lays off that bunt and evens up the count at 1-1. Morris on the season has no sacrifices so far, so this is a unique situation for the freshman. We got a couple at-bats last year, 1-1. She pulls back that time, lines it up through, and that's going to score Sieversyke. Sieversyke's going to come around, and Morris shows bunt, got everybody moving and comes up with a clutch hit. Sidney Morris, the freshman. Morgan Sieversite comes around to score the only run of the game so far. Morris with the third hit of the game. Kind of flashed the bunt. Urbandale started to shift around. And the way this game is going, that could be enough right there. Just a third hit of the night for Centennial, but it's enough. Now Anna Christensen, who's got one of those hits as well. She shows bunt, pulls back, and Morris had him tricked for a second that she might be running, but 1-0 from Staten to Christensen. Shows bunt, tries to lay one down and fouls it back. Centennial not really a bunting team, but once they got Urbandale into that whole shift, that left the middle wide open for Morris to poke it out there, and that's one of the awesome things about watching softball is all the pre-pitch movement that happens and the pre-contact movement. Shows bunt again, lays off that one, runner goes, and Morris is out by a long ways. I'm not so sure a hit and run wasn't on right there because Morris was going for sure. So somewhere signals got crossed, and Morris thrown out at second on the 2-6 put out. So nobody on now for Christensen. Pitch in the dirt. So once again, this inning they decide to watch a couple more pitches, let Staten go a little bit deeper in the count, and it's worked out. A walk and a hit so far for Centennial. That pitch swung on, popped up. That's going to be trouble. It's going to land in the gap. A struggling coming in. Hinkhouse kind of lost her footing a little bit as she came sprinting in from the outfield, and the ball was put in that Bermuda triangle out there between short, left, and right, or short, left, and center. And another hit for Centennial. And Morris likely would have been thrown out at second base there too because she would have been holding up. So not much harm done. Centennial with their fourth hit of the night. Now Mackenzie James, the center fielder. Staten's pitch count now in this sixth inning has started to work a little bit harder. Centennial's gone deeper into the count with her. Not quite as aggressive on those first couple pitches. That pitch bounced up through the middle. Oh, and if she wouldn't have put her glove up, that probably would have gone through to Liveringhouse. As Staten tried to reach up and knock it down, and actually Liveringhouse had a good angle on it over at shortstop, but Staten tried to knock it down. And now we've got runners at first and second for the Jaguars, and Kennedy Jones at the plate. They call that a single as well. 3 singles in a row for Centennial in the bottom of the sixth. That's after a leadoff walk issued to Ella Schultz. And only one out so far as well. And illegal pitch called. So that's going to be a ball. Makes it count 2-0. And that makes it 3-0. So they're really forcing Staten just to get deeper into these counts right now. And as Centennial sees more of her pitches, they're starting to get more aluminum on the ball. Called strike on the upper outside part of the plate to Jones. And that pitch misses high. That's going to bring up Lizzie Klunder, who's a designated player. She is going to hit for Maddie Huseman. And bases are going to be juiced for Klunder. So just an outstanding first 5 innings for Isabel Staten. It's starting to slip away from her right now. She's got herself in a jam. She's given up 1 so far. And bases loaded right now with 1 out. Lizzie Klunder will be batting for the first time tonight. She's a designated player in this lineup. Klunder, the sophomore, batting .394, has appeared in 14 games this year. Looking to open this game up quite a bit, although the way this one has gone so far, that 1 run It's going to be tough for Urbandale to overcome. Five hits is all for Centennial, but it's been enough so far. Clunder swings at that first pitch, takes a mighty whack at it. She's got 2 home runs on the year. Bases loaded right now for Clunder. Oh, 2 to her. Popped up again over back to the baseball bleachers. As a ball in this year 2020 comes in instead of from the umpires, comes in from the defensive dugout. 0-2 from Staten to Lizzie Clunder. Bases loaded. Here we go. Outside for ball 1. Infield is in right now inside the base paths for the Jayhawks. They're going to be trying to get that out at home. It's Anna Christensen at third that they're going to be gunning for as Clunder continues to battle. One and 2 the count now to her. Neither team has erred yet so far here tonight. It's been a very clean game. Really no outstanding defensive plays, just normal ones. That pitch is high for ball 2. So Clunder in the midst of a very, very good at-bat after she got down 0-2. Turns it into a quality at-bat on the 6+ pitch right there. 2-2. Popped up and way over onto the baseball field. Seven pitches. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat that Clunder's seen. Bases loaded, and Staten's careful not to give her anything good, but doesn't want to issue a walk right now either with bases loaded. Here it is, the 2-2. Goes high, and that pitch is popped up very high. Is it going to get out of here? It does, just barely. So Clunder moves to pitch number 9. This is what didn't happen earlier in the game tonight, is Centennial jumping all over the first couple pitches of the at-bat, but as they become a little more patient, and that's not their philosophy, but sometimes you just have to adapt a little bit to what works. Pitch number 10. Popped up. There it is. That's infield fly. There it is. Batters are ruled out by home plate umpire Mark Peterson. And that'll bring up Kayla Smalley now with bases loaded. So Staten has worked herself out of every, I guess, what you'd consider a jam, and that jam is a relative term because tonight they've been few and far between, and this is the farthest any base runner has, up until this inning, farthest any base runner had got was to third for Centennial. In this inning they were able to knock one in when Ella Schultz drew the leadoff walk. Morgan Sieversite came in to run for her, stole second, and then scored when Sidney Morris laced a shot to left center field. That pitch swung on by Smalley, a little bit off balance. And now again up in the count, 0-2 is Staten. Baseball, we got a ball in play. There we go. Didn't quite know what to do as the ball landed right in front of Cassidy Henderson out there. She was waving to try to get the home plate umpire's attention, but she had the base umpire right in front of her. Throw it at his back. Let him know. Here we go. 0-2 the count now. Staten to Smalley. Bases loaded. And that is grounded over to Albrecht, and she throws it to Kennedy Hill for the out. Centennial 3 outs away from taking the opener today.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Jessie Stolk will lead things off for Urbandale. She's 0 for 2 tonight, struck out in the second, and grounded out to third in the fifth. Top of the seventh, and Centennial figured out a way to push one across, and we'll see if it's enough right now. They've scratched and clawed out for 5 hits tonight. Urbandale with just 2, and they've both come from Kennedy Hill, who got the last out of that inning. Huseman's been great as that first pitch. Low and on the outside corner for strike 1. Goes off speed for ball 1. That pitch popped up, and that is going to be Frannie Burnett. Can't quite get it. That landed in the circle, but Burnett called off Maddie Huseman right away. And a leadoff single for Jessie Stolk. So now Urbandale seeing if they can manufacture one. And I would bet right now that Lilly Burkhead will be bunting. As she looks over, gets a signal from Coach McCool over at third base. She bunts. A nice bunt laid down to Runchie. Runchie throws to first. Took a little while to get it out of her glove. Once she found the handle, there's out number 1. But the tying run is at second right now in the form of Jessie Stolk. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Isabel Staten, who's trying to help her own cause right now. Actually, we're going to get a different batter there for Staten. We'll get Denon Rue, the freshman, who's batting .087 on the year. The lefty, she may be bunting right now as well. I think that's what they're going to do. Wanted to get a bunter in for Staten. She had her chance earlier in the game to bunt. And that's exactly what she's going to be doing from the left side. See if they can push Stolk over. Strike 1. Rue from Huseman. She is not bunting. Caught me off guard here. For sure they'd try to push one over. 1 out. That pitch outside corner for strike 2. This would be a big strike for Maddie Huseman to throw. On the 1-2. They'd be at the number 8 batter with Cassidy Henderson next. Fouled off to the backstop. Got just enough of it to keep alive. Pitch swung on and lined out into left field. Morris picks it up, and they're going to hold the runner at third. Look out, Urbandale. The pinch hitter comes through as Denon Rue, the freshman, gets a hit out into left field. She is all smiles at first base as she pushes Jessie Stolk over, and we've got 1 out and runners in the corners for Urbandale as Cassidy Henderson comes up. Now you start to look at who's up for Centennial, and they're back to the top of the order in the next inning right now. They do still lead 1-0 right now. Huseman's first pitch is low. You get the walking steal to second base with Rue. And now 2 runners in scoring position. We've got the tying run and the go-ahead run on second and third. Pitch misses inside to Henderson. Be really careful of for Huseman right now as you don't want to get back to the top of this Urbandale order and allow these batters to see you for a 4th time tonight. Pitch across the inside corner for strike 1. Timeout for Urbandale right now. The runners on second and third. Maybe a little hit and run on the 2-1 count. Expecting a fastball, likely. So Cassidy Henderson, the left fielder, with a chance to help out Urbandale a bunch right now. Runners on second and third. That is Denon Rue at second and Jesse Stolk at third. There it is, the bunt. It is go to first. They flip it over and they get the runner out at home. Great play by Kennedy Jones. Flips it up with her glove. Ella Schultz puts the tag on Stolk. What a play by the senior infielder. Kennedy Jones coming flying out of nowhere and flips the ball to Schultz and puts a tag on her. And now runners on the corners with 2 outs. What a play by the defense.
Center fielder Taylor Hinkhouse.
Call that one 3-2. And the number 9 batter up. And Huseman gets the strike, and moving to second base is Henderson now. One out away from this first game win so far here tonight as Huseman misses to a big roar from the crowd on that one. They thought it was a strike, but 2 outs from Huseman. There it is, swung on, fouled back. So Hinkhouse right now trying to stay alive and just move one runner across for Urbandale. They played such good defense tonight, and Centennial was able to sneak one across in the bottom of the 6th. They've had base runners this inning, but great defense by Centennial. There's the pitch, goes to the rise on the 1-2. Kennedy Jones, though, the outstanding defensive play from first. Goes back to the right. Ooh, that was close. The snag by Schultz. That would have brought Rue home if that went to the backstop. And here's the full count, and waiting for her 4th at-bat tonight, it's Brecken Geiser, the leadoff batter. Full count pitch. And it's low in the dirt. Loads the bases for Geiser. Any base. Centennial says, hey, we're fine, we're good. Got 2 outs. They move back to normal depth. Geiser, who has struck out 3 times here tonight.
Number 8, the third baseman, Brecken Geiser.
As we have made this game very interesting here in the top of the 7th. First pitch outside for ball 1. Rue is at third. Got Cassidy Henderson is at second, and Taylor Hinkhouse is at first. And they are trying to see if they can somehow figure out a way to scratch one out here. Keep this game going. The off-speed pitch misses outside. 2-1 the count. As they look over here to the dugout to get the signal. Huseman has scattered 4 hits so far here tonight, but issued a couple passes in this inning. That ball popped up into right field. Foul ball. It's the second strike. And the crowd starts to make some more noise. 2-2-2. It's where I was taught at 2-2-2, you shake whatever you got. 2-2 pitch to Geiser from Huseman. Got her swinging for the 4th time tonight. Maddie Huseman with bases loaded completes the 1-0 shutout. What a game for Maddie Huseman. Got herself in a couple jams that fought her way out of him every time and strikes out Brecken Geiser for the 4th time tonight with bases loaded. So no errors by either team. 4 hits by Urbandale, 5 hits by Centennial, and it went down in the 6th inning for Centennial when Ella Schultz led off with a walk. She was able to, or Morgan Sieversite came in, stole second, and Sidney Morris hit her in to score the run, and the only run needed so far here tonight. Now, Urbandale had things going when Jesse Stolk led off with a single in the bottom of the 7th inning, and Stolk got as far as 3rd base, went on a bunt attempt by Cassidy Henderson. Kennedy Jones came flying in from her spot at first base and flipped it with her glove to Ella Schultz, who got the tag on Jesse Stolk, and that proved to be the winning out in all of this tonight. And an impressive defensive effort by Centennial. They look to wake the bats up in the next one. We knew Urbandale, especially with Isabel Staten throwing, she was equally as impressive tonight as she just scattered 5 hits. But Centennial got theirs at the right time, and they win game number 1, improve their record right now to 12-3. We'll take about a 20 to 25 minute break and be back with the nightcap. Thanks for watching us on the Central Iowa Sports Network.